So one thing that came up in that conversation was someone wasting their time. I'm like, what you mean, wasting your time? I didn't say that to him, I thought it. Because again, the school of thought I come from, most people think I'm crazy. So I'm looking at, I'm listening to them, and I know from being around them or, observing them, that what they do on a regular basis, not only does it not necessarily serve the planet, what they do, it really doesn't even serve them. And then they say, I don't have time for that, you wasting my time. Not to me. But they said, don't waste my time. I'm like, what do you mean? Wait, like, what's? So what exactly is wasting your time? That's a question. What exactly is wasting your time? What are you doing that is so damn important that you think it is right or justified for you to accuse someone of wasting your time? The work that you do doesn't serve humanity. When I say the work that you do, I mean it is not something that serves us all in a prosperous or productive way. You got a fans only account. What do you do on that account? We're going to leave the details of that alone at this time. What do you do when you're not working or providing for yourself? You out at the club, drunk somewhere, high somewhere, chasing some man or some woman that don't really have anything going on with their life either. But because someone blocks you, slows you down, or from what you perceive is in the way of you getting to that which you want or that you yearn for, based on something that is other than you, we now accuse the person of wasting your time. But what's the real waste? Well, this is a serious question. What is the real waste? Really, time is something that's being done away with. Period. And what I mean by that, I don't mean everything or everyone will be destroyed. That end of time thing that they talk about, that's it's true, but it's not. They say end of time because it is the end of their time. Everyone who wants to continue to engage in foolishness. Time is really a measure of when a thing starts to when it ends. when wrong is attached to it. Yes, there is a such thing as right and wrong. You got a lot of people that try to say, oh, well, those things are subjective. There's some variables, but the principles don't change. If today you're at the same level of growth and understanding, if you're in a factory or a plant and you're still operating at the same level you were 3 years ago, where if you had the opportunity to master what you're doing and you haven't done so because you're just going through the motions and not looking to make it less taxing on your body or be more efficient in what you're doing because you're spending more time focusing on what the supervisor's saying or how unjust your wage is, you haven't grown. That's not nature. I'm not talking about the factory, I'm talking about your thought process. We're not talking about what the supervisor's doing, or if what the supervisor's doing is right or wrong. We're talking about the thought that you choose to carry concerning what it is that you're doing. And is that thought in harmony with nature or not? The supervisor doesn't necessarily control what you think or why you think it. They direct you into a certain activity to cause the business to run properly. But how you look at it is your decision. But you're hell-bent on, I'm not around for this. Tell me what your intentions are. I don't need you wasting my time. And most jobs don't do anything that's gonna serve the planet anyway. Nonetheless, they use you up till you can't be used no more and get rid of you. After your pay get to a certain amount, they find an excuse to fire you. Or they put you in a position to lord over other people and cause their lives to be hell while your life is okay. You still got to pay for all the damage you're doing to other people. So it's still not a benefit. You work at the chemical plant that they dump into the ocean, polluting the water. Somebody else got to come behind you and clean it up. In the long run, how does that serve you? Does that make you part of the solution? Are you working on a solution, or are you part of the problem? Or you work for a pharmaceutical company that produces a medicine that's supposed to make people feel better, which it may do that. But then you find out you got all these side effects. You're better off dealing with the condition you had prior. Again, you're charging someone with wasting your time. If your time was so valuable and precious, you'd be doing something with it. And every time I say really doing something, that means doing something that makes life better. For yourself first. If you're not doing something that makes life better for others, that means you're working against yourself and everyone else on the planet. You can, if more understanding is needed on that, you can put that in the comments or whatever method is provided for you to respond to this recording. So if you find yourself in this position, this is just a prompt to get you to change it. Take another route, abandon ship, get rid of that thought. So you're accusing the person of wasting your time, but you're not doing anything productive with it either. Something to consider.